英国朋友为什么一直想要回来住在台湾？
I just want to go back so bad.
我们今天要来看英国海伦的故事。
They go toilet. They use their computer. 对不对？不好意思，我的中文不太好。I worked in a 珍珠奶茶店 in London. No. 太可怕了。
Crazy stories here happen to you in Taiwan?
Oh, so many.
那跟家人说他要搬到台湾，大家人的反应是什么？
When you tell your parents that you want to come to Taiwan, like how do they react?
They were like, oh,
英国海伦为什么敢来台湾？因为台湾人很粗鲁。
a Taiwanese rude.
我们来一起看。
大家好，我是海伦，我是英国人。我来台湾，差不多1年。我的 YouTube channel，台湾群体 ，come. Thank you so much.
Yeah, like for the first question I want to ask you, like when was the first time you knew about Taiwan?
It's kind of funny actually. The only time I realized that Taiwan was like a country is when I worked in a 珍珠奶茶店in London. At the time, like bubble tea became such a huge thing in London specifically. Like there was bubble tea shops everywhere.
Oh, you were working there?
I was working there, but I got fired after 2 weeks because I was too slow.
So I actually learned how to make珍珠奶茶.
Yeah. But it was so stressful. It was so busy. It was in Chinatown. And they had a map of Taiwan on the wall. And they were like, so this is where bubble tea comes from. Like the owner was telling me. And I was like, wow, like up until then, I've heard about Taiwan, but I didn't really know what it was.
And then like, how did you decide to come here?
I've always had like a strong interest in like Asian culture, things like that. Like a lot of my friends were from Hong Kong because in the UK we have a very big Hong Kong community. I was always interested in learning an Asian language, and for some reason I just decided let's do the hardest one we can, Chinese.
Oh, right.
In the end, after doing lots of research and all my possible options, I was like, you know what? No, I'm gonna go to Taiwan. Like I've heard so much good things about people being really friendly and welcoming. I was like, yeah, why not?
Right.
Yeah.
And then like when you tell your parents that you want to come to Taiwan, like how did they react?
They were like, oh, okay. I think that they're used to me kind of making quick decisions.
Spontaneous,
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. They've known that I'm kind of like this. Like once I make a decision, I'm like, I'm gonna do it. And I'm really happy. Like they support me.
Okay,
So
that's good.
they were like, okay, like as long as you're gonna be safe, and we know that they also realize Taiwan has a very low crime rate. It's safe for women and things like that. So they were very like, all right, we support you. Go for it, I guess.
Okay. And when you came here, like what was your first impression?
It's crazy because when I first came here, I had like no expectations. No expectation. I knew, it's funny, like I really knew nothing. I just know, Taiwan. Nice people, bubble tea. Dumplings. I love all three of those things. So I came here just before COVID. I will go and do like a 3-month learning program. Suddenly COVID happened all of a sudden and I had to go back to the UK. I had such a good time here that I was like waiting for 2 years for the borders to reopen.
Oh, wow.
I was like, you know what? I just want to go back so bad. I really, really want to go back.
What was those things that actually make you to kind of like want to come back?
I was surprised at how comfortable I felt here. Taiwanese people really went out of their way to help me. Like, if I really needed any help or anything, they would really offer me help and support. Immediately it felt like, this is comfortable place for me to live. Yeah.
How's Chinese language? What do you think about this language? Is it hard? Or like how?
太难了。我感觉我的听力还不错。When people speak to me, 我听得懂。
对。
但是
所以你就在台湾讲话，你都听得到？
对。
真的。
但是我的说话 when I have to reply, my brain just go like beep. And all I hear like 对不对 and I think okay 对I have to be like 不好意思我的中文不太好 like 慢慢说 and then they say 可以吗 and I'm like okay
because like for 1 year I think it's pretty good still, right?
Oh yeah, I don't think so, but thank you.
Like now I want to ask you like what things about Taiwan do you like in general?
I think as a woman I really appreciate how safe I feel. I can't speak for all women, I can't speak for every different race or nationality, but from my experience, I never feel really scared when I'm walking alone at night.
Oh.
Yeah. Like in the UK, I would never. In London, no, never. Especially in London, no. I remember when I first come to Taiwan and I go to like Louisa or Starbucks and I see people working on their computer and then they go to toilet and they leave. They leave their computer. And I remember watching it like,
I help you to watch it.
and I felt like I have to watch for it just in case, you know, like I feel a responsibility to look out for this person's MacBook.
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about my phone all the time. Like, you know, these little things, I think. If you come to the UK, 小心,真的小心.
And then like, what about things that you don't like about Taiwan?
I think for me, it's like just cultural differences, which I have learned to accept. You know, little things like in the UK, when someone is behind you and you go through a door, you always hold the door for this person. First time I come here, I realized like I had the door closed so many times in my face. And I think, oh, a Taiwanese rude? Yeah. I realize now it's just cultural differences, things like that. I will still do it. Like I still have a habit of like if someone's behind me, I hold the door and they look at me like,
Oh, what do you do this?
yeah. But the one thing I cannot accept, the driving.
Oh, like the scooters or like cars or
Everything. When I first came to Taiwan, I was so scared to cross the road. I was like, it's green, but the cars keep going. I used to wait for a Taiwanese person and then I would walk with them.
Is there like anything, like any challenges that you face here?
For me, purely just the language barrier.
Oh, okay.
Everyday things I feel like I can do. Sometimes I have really, really lovely fans and they're like, oh, hi Lun. And they're so excited to see me. And like we take a picture and then they go, and I'm like, oh my God, I wish I could understand because I want to talk to you so badly. Like you know, they're so excited. And I all I can say is like, oh, shishi. And I feel so bad because I really want to be able to talk deeper conversation.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you ever happen that like you had like any crazy stories here happen to you like in Taiwan?
Oh, so many.
Oh, really?
Like I said, in general, the Taiwanese, I feel very safe as a woman. The only times where I have felt like a little bit scared is I have to get used to here. Always have to be ready to be like someone to take like a picture of you or film you secretly or things like that. And or like you see people walking around just being like, hello, like 你好, 大家好, and then they come up to you and they're like, oh, where are you from? And I'm like, like those kind of like those small little cultural things.
Now let me ask you about the food. So like what is your favorite food in Taiwan?
Every Taiwanese person asks me this question. I love how proud Taiwanese are of their food. They are so proud. Like the first thing they ask, like, oh, 那国人, and like, oh, like then what is your favorite food from Taiwan? And it's like, okay, here we go. Can't remember the Chinese. It's like the fish eggs that are in like a paste. And they cut it up and then they put it on fire. I love New Mian. Who doesn't love New Mian? 萝卜.
Oh, 萝卜糕.
Yeah, my favorite. I don't know if that is Taiwanese. I think it's more like Chinese, Hong Kong, like that. But it's so good. Obviously, I love 水饺, like the dumplings, 水饺. 地瓜球. I can eat 地瓜球 every day. Taiwanese tell me you're gonna get fat. I'm like, I don't care. 我很喜欢吃. 真的好吃.
Oh, it's a lot.
I really, there's so many good things in Taiwan. But 我真的不喜欢臭豆腐.
Oh.
真的, 我不可能.
But you tried it or you just smelled it?
I tried it one time. I filmed with Hei Long and we go to Raho night market.
Oh, Raho.
And Raho. Oh my God.
No good.
I was surprised. I thought, oh, maybe it smelled bad, but maybe it tastes okay. I don't think so. I think it tastes how it smells. I'm like, no.
Now I want to ask you, like, what is your overall impression about Taiwan?
I say this to everybody, to my family, to my friends in the UK. Taiwan is the most underrated Asian country. I think it's so underrated. Like, people don't know what Taiwan is. They don't know what kind of country it is. Like, when my parents come here, they were like, wow, it's a shame, like, the government needs to promote itself more. because it is such a great country. The people are kind. Things here are relatively cheap. Everything's convenient. 很方便，真的 everything 很方便。I feel like more people need to know about Taiwan and to really experience.
And then like I want to ask you, last question is like, if you have the chance, what things would you change about Taiwan?
Driving.
Driving.
Make the driving test harder.
Don't let people pass the driving
yeah,
test.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Because in the UK, it's really hard.
Oh.
Like, you know, if you make two little mistakes, like, okay, you're not going to get your license. And you have to do hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of lessons.
Right.
Here, I noticed I don't see any, like, you know, learner L
New
plate.
driver,
Yeah,
new
new driver plate, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you never see that. So just everybody just go straight on the road.
Right.
If they don't want to scare away the foreigners, I think they need to make the driving rules stricter.
Are you planning to learn how to ride a scooter or no?
I'm scared. I want to live. Yeah, I want to live a little longer here.
Right. Alright, yeah, like that's it for today's interview.
Okay,
Thank you so much
thank
for
you so
sharing.
much.
I think it was great.
Oh,
Now
thank
let's say
you.
bye-bye together.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.